Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 6, Week 10, Day 7. So today, if you haven't already, last couple hours to get down the campaign. Pretty sure most of you already done it already. But just a reminder, you got 6 hours, 53 minutes, and 0 seconds to go and complete this out. Of course, main objectives are 850 if you're playing free-to-play, or all the way if you want to. 1,000 if you bought the normal pass, so you can get Fountain of Stars. And of course, if you bought the bigger pass, go all the way so you can go get the Power Orb. But yeah, today is the last day to end up doing that, as far as completion is concerned. Aside from that, of course, we still got the invasion event and the other event going on. As far as the Strix here, looks like my guild actually already finished out. We might not even need to touch either of these events. Useless orange there, unfortunately. Let's see. And aside from that, we have ourselves, where's the other one? I just checked invasion. The Festival of Stars, of course, finishing out, which we already did end up finishing that, so we're all good to go on this. Aside from that, we did have Imperial on Adventure Board, I did notice earlier. Definitely need to make sure we grab that. Definitely don't want to miss out when those are available. Also, if you don't have an Arachnian Weaver is only going to cost 2,000 diamonds next week, so good idea to end up picking it up. But anyways, let's go and go over the spoilers. Of course, one of those being Arachnian Weaver is available. But let me go fix this and go over all of the juicy things for next week. Let's see. Let's start with the forum. Well, let me guess. The community manager, or lack thereof, has not posted anything on the forum yet. Right? 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 Oh! They did. They actually posted it 1 hour ago at the correct time. Interesting. Also, we do have Tower of Doom next week, obviously. Blue Tower of Doom specifically. But anyways, as far as our first trip here, ends up being Baldur. This you'll be able to get through Glory. As far as what it does, it creates a bunch of skulls boosted by blue allies. The boost ratio of this thing is actually pretty solid. If we go over to Terran's World, of course, as per usual, the website does not actually mention anything about boost ratio. But if we go check the data mines, we can see it is a 4 times boost ratio. This is pretty decent because at minimum it's going to be doing 8. So regardless, it's basically by default doing 8, even though it says it's doing 4, because the boost ratio is off all blue allies, and well, it's always going to be a blue ally itself. So minimum it's going to do is 8, the maximum it can do is 20, which is actually pretty solid for 12 mana costs. This thing definitely has some potential going forward, as it's a pretty good, decent, well, pretty low rarity, but a low rarity kind of skull spammer. Not like super low rarity, but low rarity enough. But yeah, if you use a pure blue team, this can theoretically do a 20 skull spam. I'm not sure if there's any real viable composition to try to make that work, but it definitely has potential. So definitely a troop to keep an eye on. If nothing else, Blue Guild War may end up utilizing it, so could end up getting used. Oddly enough, the legend that we have going on is actually weaker than the epic troop that we're getting. So this legend will be in the event queue drop table, and unlike Arachnian Weaver, it will actually be in the event queue drop table. But as far as the troop ends up choosing an enemy, and then there's a 10% chance to devour them, boosted by blue gems. Once again, no boost ratio here. However, it's a pretty low one. It's only a boost ratio of 4. So for the most part, it's going to get like, what, maybe a 50-ish, give or take, percent chance to devour. It's pretty middle line devourer, not really too special compared to many of the other middle line devourers. It's still to the case where you just use Iron Gut instead. Just not really worth using it. Otherwise, just deal some damage, you know, kind of standard poke. Its unique trait is against to gain a bunch of attack life armor when matching extra turns. However, that only applies to itself and not to anything else. Overall, pretty underwhelming legend, though you probably still want to pick it up for completionist purposes. There's also a few other things within the event key drop table that isn't completely useless, so yeah, it's probably okay to go for event keys next week, if nothing else, to get that new troop. But more so because of a couple of the other options. And of course, we do have Doom going on as far as the Doom weapon. It's just a standard staff, nothing special here. Ends up creating a bunch of green gems, +1 per tempering level, which of course is whatever level you have it up to, which is basically going to be 0 because it's not worth upgrading this thing. It gives a bunch of armor to all blue allies. And if the enemy has a Doom, it eliminates all armor from a random enemy. Similar to all the other staves, it's just not worth using and is basically just useless. You'd still get it for completionist purposes and is highly advised to because they're pretty expensive to get in the future. Much cheaper to do the week of. However, it's just not worth it to actually use it. It's pretty bad. Aside from that, it's not mentioned specifically here, but Arachnian Weaver will be a special craftable thing next week. They're doing it slightly as compensation for what happened with event keys the other week where Arachnian Weaver was not in the drop table. Well, it's not the most optimal way that they could have done it. Arachnian Weaver will be available next week for only 2,000 diamonds. So if you have not picked up an Arachnian Weaver, it is highly advised to do so if you have the diamonds laying around. Even if you do already have a Weaver, it is potentially worth considering getting a second one if you have the resources laying around. That isn't like super high priority to do. But I'm personally going to be going for a second one or maybe even a third just for the sake of doing it. Simply because it's cheap enough that if you do have the excess diamonds, it's maybe worth considering. Generally, you don't really run double weaver, triple weaver. However, it's not impossible to make it work. Obviously, normally you'd go like life and death weaver, stuff like that. And not normally worth using multiple, but it's such a good mythic that technically multiple wouldn't hurt. So I will personally be picking up another 2, so I have 3. That's not really super advised, but definitely advised to get at least 1 if you have at least 2,000 diamonds next week. Unfortunately, there aren't too many ways to get more diamonds. If you have some Volkeys laying around, you can kind of go try doing that and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit annoying to try to cover that gap otherwise. Anyways, as far as other things, because that's not everything quite yet. Still got all the normal weekly events. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't this Friday faction? Let's see. So, things that we got going on. We have ourselves... oh, no. I think that's next week's Friday. My bad. Not this week's Friday. But, of course, we got Tower of Doom. Faction for this Tuesday is going to be for Frostfire Keep, of course, going with the faction typing. Wednesday, we got ourselves a... I can't remember which one this is. Oh, that's Giant bonus. Yeah, that's a Giant bonus pet for Thursday. Friday we got, Thursday we got Titan hero class. Titan is obviously pretty good, well-rounded hero class. One of the best well-rounded ones in the entire game. It's not like the perfect optimal for a lot of things. However, it is extremely well-rounded as far as what you can use it for. And that's normally where it ends up gaining most of its value. If there was like any one hero class you could possibly run the entire game, that is probably the one. So pretty nice. And aside from that, we got Bounty Hunter this Friday. So yeah, it's Bounty Hunter this Friday, then Faction the following Friday, and then Vault Weekends the following Friday after that. Okay. So yeah, it's going to go Bounty, then Faction, then Vault. So this is a little bit of a tamer one, and then the following 2 weeks we have the really 2 biggest ones. The new Faction for, I believe, Blackhawk, and then obviously just a standard Vault event. Also, in some time in that time, we should be getting a Halloween event. I don't think it's kicking off quite yet, though. But should be soon. Halloween's around the corner. But I don't think it's occurring quite yet next week. Based on what we can see here. That probably will be pretty soon. And of course, this is off week just it has Tower of Doom going around, since there is no actual event going around, which means we might have Doom Skulls. I think they forgot to add it the other time, the Uber Doom Skulls back in. But hopefully we'll see them between the seasons. It's kind of nice to see them. If nothing else, it makes Arena kind of funny with how much damage you can end up doing for it. But anyways... hello everyone, even say all the hellos yet. Hello Defiant, hello Bill, hello Mister, hello Isabel, hello Cookie, hello Imperial, hello Bill, hello Ricardo, hello, let's see, hello Tyrion, hello Draco, hello Poing, hello Bill Warhammer, hello Sushi Ninja, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's posted by Kafka in a previous Word Lore event post, and made a post to SS of her posts and Discords to let people know. Wait, what? I'm not sure what you mean. Let's see. Not sure what SS means there. But yeah, we do have the Weaver thing going on. I know they've been trying to like mitigate everything that happened with that. The whole fiasco of the other week. Not this week, but the week prior to this week. With everything that went down, because there was basically 2 issues simultaneously. There was the whole event key situation, and then there was the whole potions not working correctly situation. Oh, screenshot. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were like referring to a troop or something within the game. When you said SS, I was like trying to think like what in the game is SS abbreviated. Pretty sure something is, but no, it probably just means screenshot. That makes a lot more sense. I was just trying to think of what that means in Gems of War context. That's the only problem with over-abbreviating things in game. Because there's so many things in this game. Like you could say any random number of letters and it could potentially be a troop. Just because there's so many. Just the sheer number of them. Ah, there's our Imperial. Pretty nice. Always great to see free Imperials. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be no notification in the game, which is going to be kind of annoying. I think they would post like a little something for it. It's not like they don't have the graphic. Just take the graphic of Weaver and just put some text up there. Just get these all carry backgrounds, get the image for Weaver, and just put some text below it saying, like, hey, you can get Weaver for like half off this week or something. It's also the first time a Mythic has ever been on sale, or technically on sale. It's obviously because of what happened the other week with it. But theoretically, it's the first time a Mythic has ever gone on sale. 50% off Weaver next week. Also, it is Diamond Day. Always worth going for this. Plus, good to go save those diamonds. If you can close the gap to try to get to 2,000 Weaver. That's going to be annoying for people that are short, though. Like the people that currently have like 500. That's going to be like near impossible to get 2,000 by the end of next week. It's going to be rather annoying for some people. Because there's definitely going to be some decent portion of people that will fall in that category. Like people who still need Weaver. That have some amount of diamonds, but is low enough that it won't end up reaching 2,000 by the end of next week. Unless you have like a whole reserve of Volkies, you're not going to be able to close the gap. Yeah, they do plan on adding more kingdoms. We should be getting the next one most likely in November. Not sure if we have a true official date yet. But should be around the corner. Very likely before the end of this year. It's an elemental kingdom too with a really strong elemental hero class. I feel like that elemental hero class is going to get rebalanced to some degree before it releases though. That's why I say nothing's really set in stone, because there's no way they're not like tweaking it at least slightly before it ends up releasing. Hey, was there anything good in Soulforge this week? No. Yeah, you can pretty much just ignore Soulforge. This was a really bad Soulforge week, gosh. Which is kind of good, because next week's actually guaranteed to be good Soulforge week. Since it has Weaver in it, and Weaver's really good for Guild Wars too. If you haven't picked it up for that purpose yet, it is amazing to be running for Guild Wars. I'm pretty sure we use it for like 2 or 3 different things in Guild Wars, maybe even 4. It can be used for quite a bit. Obviously the Life and Death Weaver kind of team, but it can be used for so much more than just that as well. It's just a kind of the go-to thing. But every single time they add a new kingdom, it's going to get a delve, it's going to get a new class, it's going to get all the new stuff. It's going to feel weird having to level classes again. Because for the longest time, I've had every single class completely max. So it's going to feel very strange to have to start maxing them again when we do. Also, hey, that coming soon button actually is coming soon for once. It's always just there saying coming soon, but hey, it's actually going to mean something soon. Soon, TM. Yeah, it feels nice finally have the max. It's going to be annoying having to do it again. We'll probably just throw a couple thousand gems at it just so we don't have to deal with it as much. We're not going to max it all the way. But if you spend about like 2,000 something gems, you can get it to level 70. Which is not max, but you know, that's all the perks except the last one, so quite a good majority of it. It's almost 3,000 though, it can get pretty pricey. But we're probably still going to go for it, even though a lot of people are also going to go for it, just for the sake of not having to level it as much, and so we could show it immediately. Because if we do that, because we technically, actually that's not true. This is one of those, you know what, we might have to actually spend more than that. I kind of forgot. It's actually one of those types that does need its final trait, because generally you're going to need it for its triple damage burning. So that's slightly concerning. But yeah, that's still going to be a factor. Pray they rebalance to have Storm's tree. Yeah, I still don't understand why it doesn't have Storm tree. I hope it gets rid of water for Storm. It doesn't really make much sense why it doesn't have Storm, because that's the elemental tree, or, you know, the branch, or whatever you'd call it. Yeah, it doesn't have it as one of its options, which just seems kind of weird. Anyways, so let's go, and I guess we were in arena? Because we did everything we need for the week. There isn't any other weekly objective we need to hit. So I guess we'll throw some arena down. I don't see why not. Oh gosh, we already won. That was quick. That was a super quick win. All we did was click a button. Let's see. That was a super quick win. Alright, well, it's already over. We got that. That thing just solos it so hard. It is already over. Alright, well, let's go win now. It's always nice when you get those free win options. Plus, we got a pretty good tank. Because he helps keep the entire team alive. Unlike some of the tanks that are greedy and only keeps itself alive, that thing actually helps keep the entire team alive. And normally it's a bit too slow to be using outside of various events. However, it's really good in early game. It's also really good in arena because it's also really good in early game. Generally, if anything's good in early game, it's good in arena as well. And there's no difference. Also, why did I take that when I already had mana? So we do that, and now every cast he does here fourth will just auto-win the entire battle. Because he just steals that much magic. He's one of those troops where if you cast him twice, you basically just win. There's a couple things in Guild Wars that does that. He is very much one of them. And second cast dead. It's just so strong if you can actually live that long. And normally it's going to be able to, especially with the barrier that we have going on. Catch you later, Cookie. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Oh, you're saying goodbye to my gem stack. Never mind. I thought you were saying bye. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. But never mind. You just talked about the gem stack. Yeah, we're going to spend a lot of gems. To max a hero class, you have to... If you're going to immediately max a hero class, like all the way from 0 to like true max, it requires a little over 5,000 gems, which is pretty insane. I'm not sure if we're going to do that just to show the video, but I kind of want to. We could always just power grind that day. It depends what day it's coming out on. It's probably going to be mid-November. If we don't have as much going on that weekend, we might end up just grinding it instead. But if we want to have the video up like as early as possible, we might just buy it. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no, he killed my tank. Which isn't necessarily too bad of a thing, but the biggest issue is that our win condition might die. It's not even a big issue necessarily that he died, it's more so just the fact that our win condition might also die. Which is obviously the actual problem. Luckily, barrier coming in to save us. He's gonna... Oh, he just protected me, thank you. How convenient is that? He just moved a troop into position to protect our most important troop. That is rather convenient. Good job, AI. That is kind of funny, though. Quite the assist by the enemy. We can't change our own order, but he optimally moved our own order. We're going to take that purple. A little bit late for Alethea to just kill everything, but sure. Just a little late there. Also, normally you'd want to have this thing in like 3rd slot or something. I just don't want to mana block it, and it doesn't make much sense to have Wolf in 2nd. So it's kind of in that weird position. Oh no, I guess it wouldn't hurt to put Wolf there, but its skull value is kind of bad. This is the main thing that's keeping me from doing it. Though it would, of course, keep the main core troop alive a little bit better. Well, it hasn't died yet, so it hasn't really been a problem. If it does die, we might move it to a safer location. I'd rather have the higher offensive pressure, though, than how we currently have it ordered. Please stop taking 1 billion skulls. That'd be great. If he actually turned there, he almost would have been able to kill my unit. Sure tried. It's already over. Let's kill that. Double cast win is generally going to be how that goes almost every time. That's why I said we auto-won the second I saw that. Like, the second I saw that, it's like, yeah, we won. There's a few drafts in Arena where you just know you won the immediate second you see it. It's just that strong. That is one of them. Because there's almost nothing that survives double cast. very, very few things in Arena can survive its double cast. Just because its magic steal relative to Arena is balance is so absurdly high. Probably should have went for barrier cast there. Actually, I could try taking all of his mana. And it was kill. I keep forgetting we could just do it for that as well. Oh no, no! I forgot. If it's webbed, it does almost nothing. No, the web. The dreaded web. I think it still stole magic if nothing else. He didn't get to keep the magic because he was webbed, so you can't keep magic while you're webbed. But he still stole it from them if nothing else. Which means that thing gains less armor, specifically. As well as whatever else it did to the rest of them that are kind of already dead. Yeah, generally when a new hero class comes out, even if you're gonna like burst it with gems, you normally want to do it like half and half. Where you burst like half of it with gems and then you do the other half manually just to save you some time. It's a very bad idea to just keep gemming until it's all the way maxed. However, we might do that. It's a bad idea, but it allows us to cover the video like near immediately when it initially comes out. And it's a pretty special event. It's the first hero class in over 2 years. I think we could splurge a little on it. I think we can afford it with 36,000 gems. Just gotta take that hourly tribute a little more often. Let's see, I'll take that over. I feel like most days I don't take it too often though. Like even today I only took it like 4 or 5 times I think. Hey, verse 3, nice. Not the main verse I need, but because verse 2 is obviously the really, really heavy one we absolutely want to see every time, or at least I want to see based on how many we have. Also, verse 3 kind of repaired itself a bit. Now verse 4 is our second lowest, if I'm not mistaken. Look at how even all of them are except for verse 2. It's like, yeah, pretty even, pretty even, pretty even, and then nope, half the amount pretty much. Really unlucky. There's some people with way, way worse luck on them. But yeah, verse 2 just do not want to drop for us. We've only seen it once so far off of one of the offers. Well, this draft looks like a repick. Though then again, her damage is so high we might just put her in first slot. It wouldn't hurt. 11 attack seems pretty solid. Even if we had her just for that purpose, it's kind of worth it. Fire Giant actually seems tempting here. We'd have to guarantee a red though. There's no guarantee we're going to get a red that isn't useless. Though we did find a red that isn't useless. But there was no guarantee we're going to find that. Just for the sake of covering the color, I think we take that. This is a very weird team, but I think we put that there, put Blade Dancer right behind it, put that there, and then have you over there because I actually don't want you to be in last slot. And again, I don't want you to be in that slot either. Oh no. This is a weird draft. You know what? I am going to put you in last slot and just hope it doesn't come to that. Just in case they have a back hitter, I'd rather have him die than the other thing. And there's a decent amount of back hitters in Arena that hit very, very hard. Or can loop like the worms. Yeah, we'll take that over. I got our reds. Take the, what do we need here? We'll take the other brown over. Grab our Splode into double poke. Unfortunately, that cascaded into giving him an extra turn skull. Luckily, we killed that before it could do anything. Aren't you gonna get rid of red there, I guess? Oh yeah, you only do X amount, don't you? Only destroys 5 with chosen color. I'm so used to doing all because generally, obviously, later in the game you have so much magic that it will always do all. However, in the context of Arena, that is not the case. Because Arena has way lower stats than how much magic you would have otherwise. He doesn't have any armor to boost ratio off of. Well, technically he does, but nothing has such a low amount that not really worth going for. Scatter's still enough to kill, so I'll go for the 8 and he's dead. Easy. This Arena draft's not the greatest, but it should be enough to get it done. It's good enough. It's definitely not as broken as the previous one. But it's workable. I was hoping for extra turn there. Very unfortunate not getting that. Oh no, he killed me before we get our big damage poke. That's not good. Really want to try getting a Blade Dancer in here if we can try to squeeze it in. I think we'll take that for now just to kind of move things. That is a Blade Dancer then. He'll poke us. We'll get a really big poke back. Not enough to actually kill anything, though. And he's sure trying to get us, killing us. I'll take that down. Ooh, I don't have a double skull anywhere, do I? It's kind of unfortunate. I could take blue to the other thing and hope for a skull off the sky, and we got it. Wow. And then we just do that, and that's pretty much win. Just gotta poke him. Only problem is he does raise his own stats, so that could be a slight issue. I can't take that blue because it's trapped. I can't take that red because it's trapped. I can't take that yellow because it's trapped. Is there anything that isn't trapped? It all looks like a trap. I'm gonna do that just so I can take the blue next turn because he's gonna get distracted by skull. And then we do this. Very unfortunate he's not dead. No, what did we die from? Poison? We died from poison. No! Poison actually killed us. That is rather unfortunate. We'll take the blue over. Grab ourselves some right over here. Get him going. He's a little bit of mana accumulation. Can still make things work. Man, that was so unfortunate. We died to poison. That would have been the win otherwise. I did not account for poison. Also, we only have 11 damage. Which is bad because now it has 1 HP. Luckily, this will kill it. A little overkill, but it's dead. Just in case it does something weird. Wait, that's not the one that devours based on it, is it? I can't remember. I think it's 20. It's like 25% flat devour, I think. I can't remember. There's like 2 devour troops I always keep confusing. That one, like one other one. Where one of them's like really good against blue, and the other one's kind of just like a generic devourer. I think that was your generic devourer one. Because there's one of them that has like a 0% devour, but like against blues, I think it's like 50% or something. That's a lot of skulls. Very good value there. Lucky Cascade. Off extra turn, ready to go. Oh, we got our daily 20 gems. Got really lucky with the big 100 gem one yesterday. It's about a 5% chance per day. You're generally not going to see it out often, though. It's like once per month you generally see it. So obviously we didn't get it again today. Though it is possible to get it multiple days in a row. I think the highest we ever had was either 4 or 5 in a row. It's very unlikely for that to occur, though. It's extremely unlikely. You're more likely to see Inferno King revive like 6 times in a row than you do to have it like 4 times in a row for the other thing. Let me kill a summoner just to make sure he doesn't do anything weird. Is there a website resource that keeps track of all Gems of War lore from Kingdoms? Yes. Gems of War database, I believe, has all that info still. I'm not sure if they still keep track of it. I'm pretty sure they do. I tried looking for it the other day and I didn't see it, though. I didn't really search for that long. But I'm pretty sure Gems of War database still has that info. If it doesn't, I don't know where it went. Because he used to have that info. I'm just gonna kill Egg here. I don't want to get him resummons. Trying to get Blade Dancer up. Unfortunately, I keep blocking off the yellow. Let's see. I'm gonna just poke you. I want to get some even distribution here if we can. I really want to take that to green, even though he might take the yellow potion. And he did take the yellow potion. Luckily, he used it in a very inefficient way. Also, that killed absolutely no one. Now that will, though. Hey, we haven't handed out a code yet. We'll go to that after this arena run. Soon, TM. It's a trap. Got a one quote. So we take that over. Can we make explosion off that brown? We can. Nice. Unfortunately, it did an extra turn, but we did get it. We didn't specify the rest of what we wanted. We did indeed land it. The follow-up was just awful. Didn't really matter what we casted there. I think even Miner could have probably gotten alignment there for the kill. Alright, we'll take a bunch of reds, take our greens, take a blue or red. Either or would work there. See if we have any extra turns. Doesn't look like it. Explode all the things. Didn't hit the potion. Which that was a pretty ineffective explosion there. Take that over just to kind of get things going. Miner on red, so we have full mana, because it's only going to destroy 5, and that's the exact amount for full mana. I'm doing that so we can use our mana generator to feed our mana generator to mana generate for all of our other things that don't have mana generation. I should have taken that blue first. Whoops. Luckily we extra turn, so it didn't actually matter. Take the skull over because we can. Take this because we can. Poke it because we can. And then kill it because we can. Fortunately, I guess armor buff because it can. I'll take the green for now. Oh no, he got skull off a sky. It's not nice. And then we take our skull and then we win. Actually, now we win. Okay, redeem code time. But first, what do we get here? Boo, Yasmin. Alright, let's go ahead and redeem code. Then we gotta go do another arena run for our last little daily roll. Got a verse on one of them, so not all bad. Ideally, we want to see it like Imperial every few days, though. But we just got one the other day. However, I could be greedy. We can get Imperial every day if we get lucky enough. With enough luck, theoretically, we could get one every day. Very unlikely, though possible. Let's see. Redeem code section. One moment. Just need to go dig up the code. Also, I need to probably ask for more code soon. Because knowing how things sometimes go, it could take like weeks after I ask for me to actually get the codes. And while we do have enough for like a week and a half to 2 weeks, probably a good idea to ask in advance. Just to make sure we don't run out. Plus, we'll be handing out quite a bit of extra codes than normal. Because we got Halloween coming up. We have my birthday coming up, which we'll definitely hand out a few extra for. The anniversary for Gems of War is coming up. That's mid-November. So we got a billion things coming up for the game that we'll probably want to hand out some extra juicy codes for. We might even ask for a couple good ones. Since there's so many things around the corner that are just happening all at once. But, where's chat? Why can't I not see the chat window? There it is. There you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. It's a couple piece of random numbers and letters starting with XX. Oh, XX. Ooh, it's rather extreme, isn't it? And he goes, same order as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. There you guys go. Enjoy. Only usable on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. There you guys go. Okay, so next order of business. Mar Arena. Or at least one Mar Arena. Obviously, we're not going to do more than the needed 3 dailies. Haven't been doing the 3 dailies every single day, but I don't know. We've been throwing it here and there. It's definitely not something I'll ever do every single day, but also this is such a bad draft. I'm just going to repick it all. Reroll. We'll be throwing it here and there where we feel like getting a little bit extra resources. Are we just going to get a billion things that have 10 attack that are all viable? I don't see why not. How could that possibly go wrong? Having no durability and just pure attack across the entire team. Nothing could ever go wrong. Freeze an enemy, create 6 blue, boosted by frozen enemies. I don't have another freeze. If I did, I'd probably go for that. However, we do have a thing that uses blue. However, it's probably going to be in a first slot, so it's not going to get much use. And that Drake isn't awful. The amount of mana we end up getting from it is kind of not bad. It's 1 more explosion than Captain Skullbeard. Only problem, that's all it kind of does, but oh no, it's kind of worth it. I might take the blue worm just to be able to have potential to loop it. The other thing we could take is Golem just for the sake of covering the color. However, Golem doesn't really get to do that much. So I'm probably just going to take worm and use it as our backup plan to not die. I might even put it in front of the thing. So I'm going to do that, put that there, and then put the captain in first slot. And I think that is our team. Because captain's slightly tankier than the other thing. Not by much, but enough so to bother putting it in that order. So hello, Hank. I've been doing pretty good. We did quite a bit of streaming today, too. It's been a while since we streamed 3 different games in a single day. It's quite a bit of fun. I need to do it more often. But I'll be doing a little bit more Animal Crossing here and there. Big update coming for it. Possibly the biggest update it might ever get. But definitely the biggest update it has ever gotten. Let's see, I'll take that over. Grab our explosions. Oh, some really lucky explosions. Fortunately, I don't have a cascade for that. I hate most of the options we have. We're just gonna take a blue for now. I guess we take that blue. It actually is safe. And then we go for Explosion again and hope it doesn't backfire. Which, for the most part, it didn't. We have some weird synergy going on with Skullbeard and the other thing that creates Skullstorm. Because they both have, obviously, Skull synergy. Can you end your turn so we can figure out what we're going to do? I'm tempted to go for this and just hope it doesn't backfire. It did not backfire. It did not disappoint. This doesn't double tap, right? No, just making sure. I didn't think it did, but just making sure. Yes, Captain Skullbeard with that amount of explosion and skull creation actually isn't too bad. One issue that he kind of has later on in the game is he actually explodes so much that there's almost no potential for him to actually align any skulls, which oddly enough almost makes him weaker compared to when he does less explosions. Because he keeps creating the same amount of skulls regardless how many explosions he does. So theoretically, he actually does better with lower magic. So if he was ever webbed, could kind of work out. Because the amount of explosions he does is based on his magic value. I believe it's 1 plus half his magic. Which is why he's doing 3 explosion. Because it rounds down. Let's see. But if anyone still has any questions or anyone want me to go over to, let me know. Especially if it's campaign related. I know most of you have probably already done it, but don't forget, if you haven't already, you got like 5 hours left to finish the campaign. And theoretically, even if you haven't started it, there's technically enough time. You'd probably have to use some amount of gems though. But it is technically possible with like 1,000 gems. And the rest of the time between now and resets to get it done. Which is obviously a lot costlier than having done it over time, but it can theoretically be done in several hours by using gems and the combination of just doing it. Let's see. I'll take that for now. Wouldn't be advised to try to throw that much that quick though. Okay, we're getting a really bad start on this battle. Luckily I got enough yellow to kind of do that, if nothing else. Use a Doom Skull there. I might double poke, but it's only extra turn if we get a kill, right? Yeah, it's only extra turn. We also get gold. Not like that really matters. We'd also get gold in that circumstance. I'm gonna do that. That brings him to kill range. Unfortunately, we got entangled there. Oh no! It hits only back slots. I forgot. I thought it was the 2 weakest. I keep confusing it with Sister of Shadows, who hits the 2 weakest with extra turn. I did the same exact thing when we drafted it the other day as well. I was using it as if it was Sister of Shadows. Because generally speaking, you use Sister of Shadows a lot more than that thing. And the main reason for that is because there's a hero class that summons it. However, in Arena, when you draft, this thing actually gets drafted more because its stats are a bit better, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, you generally never go out of your way to use these Sister Shadows anyways. The only reason she's ever even remotely used is because of Hero's ability to summon it. Also, don't lose! What are you doing? Oh no! We could actually lose this. Never mind. I lied. We won. There we go. That was almost slightly bad. Though we still have a buffer loss, so it doesn't really matter too much. You have requests more than a question. May you please put your Animal Crossing New Horizon pipe back for easy flower picking? Yeah, I'll move the pipe. I had the pipe the way it was for which I don't know. Oh, I know why. It was to get to one side of the island to the other side of the island quicker. Yeah, I'll move it back if we're going to be doing flowers now. In preparation for the 5th. Let's see. But yeah, I did check Animal Crossing when we were doing it earlier today for the stream. It has been 9 months. It's also been not only 9 months since we played the game, technically, but it was also over a year since we streamed the game. I was checking the last time we did, and I believe it was like July of last year or something. Which is pretty insane. That's a very long time ago. I didn't even realize we went that long without an Animal Crossing stream. Well, there was some amount of time where we weren't playing it, obviously. Also, we might lose this one. But if we keep getting lucky enough with skulls, we might not. But if we keep getting unlucky enough with skulls, we might also go back the other way. Oh, good, he didn't take the Doom Skull one! Oh, that's super lucky. The AI does not prioritize Doom Skulls for whatever reason. And it just went in our favor so hard right there. Because he took a normal skull match instead of the double Doom Skull one. We would have lost if he took the double Doom Skull. And instead we won. That was very lucky. I believe it's random which one the AI takes. It has no priority in either direction, I don't believe. Which makes it do some really dumb moves sometimes. Oh, I didn't do that. I already had Skull Alliance. Even the previous turn had that option. Whoops. So that's a bit of a miss. She gets so much skull value that turn. I was gonna get a Skull Storm and just auto-kill ourselves off it. Seems like good strategy. Okay, we just hit 1 billion skulls. He had 3 troops a moment ago. And then he didn't. Oh, all we got was useless steed. Boo. Well, let's say we got a verse. Wasn't necessarily the verse we needed the most, but we indeed got a verse, if nothing else. So, hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome. Also, hello, Felicia. Welcome. Okay, so let's go do some Golvania farming. We're already set to correct metals. Might as well run a few runs. Haven't done that much token farming this week. Actually, as compared to a couple weeks lately, I think this is like one of the least amount of farming we got on it, so yeah, I got a little bit more. Especially after how much resources we spent this week with all the orbs and everything. I believe it was on Friday we ended up maxing out every troop in the game to Mythic finally. And by that I mean all of the gnome troops and everything. We wasted a bunch of blue orbs to go get them upgraded. And yes, I would say wasted because there's literally no reason to do so. Other than for pure completionist sake, which is obviously why we did it. Just to finally have it done. I put it off for so long because it's so pointless to do so. But I figured for completionist sake, we finally bite the bullet and just go throw all the resources down. We did that on Friday, I'm pretty sure. Whichever one has it in the title. You haven't gotten a single verse offer yet? I think I've gotten like 9 of them? I want to say 9. Though we've done arena almost every single day as our daily. Not literally every day though. I think we missed it 4 or 5 days. But aside from like 4 or 5 days, every day since they buffed it, we've done arena. But there's definitely a handful where we deliberately didn't do it. Because I can't be bothered to do arena literally every day. I would go probably insane if we did. It's a fun game mode, but not that much. Like to play it on occasion, it's not bad. Especially with the slightly better loot. But, oh no, compared to some games arena, I do feel like Gems of War Arena doesn't have as good of a replay value. Like, it has replay value, it's just not an exceedingly high one. I still wish we would get a different variant of Arena, particularly an Epic Legendary Mythic Arena, because that'd be quite a bit more interesting. A Epic Legendary Mythic Arena, all level 20, all fully traded, all with some kind of standard amount of base stats, like maybe 10 Star All Kingdom or something. Like some kind of baseline that everyone's at to kind of show what late game looks like for newer players, as well as a more challenging game mode. Because there's a lot more diversity that you could end up doing with that then. I would also probably have better loot than normal arena. And it would probably also cost more to enter. Like 100,000 gold or something. So we just got Lycanthropied. Which is kind of annoying. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say, because he's blocking my mana, he's actually not blocking my mana. I guess we just go all in on Zugoff and don't even care how many skulls he takes, because Zugoff mana is the only thing that matters for the rest of his power. Oh, I didn't do that. I was like, oh, I'll go set this up so I go take purple, as I just give him the extra turn purple, preventing us from doing so. I don't have a good option there. I was gonna take yellow, I guess. Do you create blue? Oh, I don't know now. You kind of died. I don't have explosion. I don't have purple. Oh, I do have red though. Do I have any option that isn't bad? I guess I could take him blue. gonna take that at you for now. Because I want to go for Explosion. Unfortunately, he created so many colors, doesn't even have any chance to extra turn there. Also, he had Lycanthropy on it for so long and didn't end up getting affected by it. 15% chance per turn. Still survives like 4 turns with it. I will eventually get double Zugoff. Just no time soon. I'm not sure why some people like double Zugoff so much. Like, it definitely wouldn't be bad. I just don't see how it could possibly be so good that it would justify getting a second Zugoff. Like, obviously double Zugoff isn't bad. I just don't see where the value is, where it'd be so good, where it actually is worth getting a second one. It just seems like it would be so clunky compared to having a different troop there that isn't a second Zugoff. It's kind of similar to double Iron Gut. Like, yes, double Iron Gut works, and there are some instances where it's more optimal. But in a lot of instances, it's also just really clunky. Because that's the other kind of equivalence to it, because it's a double insta-kill. Oh, well, come on. Gosh, absolutely trash in the first chest. Very unlucky. I was gonna say our hero should still be alive. He was moving to such a degree that I barely even saw he was there. We've gotten only 2 verses, but 3 Imperials. That's pretty lucky. I believe I've only seen 1 Imperial since the change. But I've seen like 8 or 9 verses. Which made me assume the verses are slightly more common. It would make sense for the verses to be a bit more common as well. Since you kind of need 4 of them. To even make 1 single Nomopalooza. Because there's no instance where the verses start to get value until you have all 4. Whereas a single Imperial can still get value even if you only had 1 Imperial. Because that's enough to get 14 star on any kingdom. We don't have any mana generator up right now. Oh, he's not burning anymore. I was wondering why I didn't die for a second there. The lack of burning would be the case. Oh, so that's so unfortunate not reaching full mana there. Because now we're not going to have an extra turn. Oh, he drained... no! He drained my mana with a 6 mana drain. It's like nearly 0, but it was still enough. You got 2 Imperials, but no verses. Ouch. Also, has anyone seen War Coins? They're supposedly higher rate. I've still seen 0. Well, I actually don't mind seeing 0 because I actually don't want to get any more than what we currently have. Though, of course, a lot of people do. Because you do reach a point where you have so many War Coins where getting them is actually not good. Though many people are not to that point. But it does have a very quick diminishing return. Where the second where you have over 100 beyond having bought in all of them, they just completely dip in value. But once you have all 7 with 100 spear, every War Coin you get after is pretty pointless. Because the reason you want extra 100 is in case they add another 2. Because that's how many they added last time they added them was 2 at the same time. There's 7 total currently. Only 5 currently available in the shop right now though. But there has been 7 that have rotated through. Yeah, I haven't really heard any mentions of War Coins. Oh, that's nice. Well, we didn't get that much farming this week, but hey, Anisha. Can't complain about that. Oh! Remember, like a week ago, or was it a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks ago? Remember when we couldn't get that one final Nisha to go get that medal? We finally got that one Nisha! It only took like over a week. Could you imagine if we farmed that entire time, how much time it would have taken? But we got the Nisha. It's like a week later, but we got it. I think we were trying for it last Sunday to get that last Nisha, and then we didn't. Well, this Sunday we did. The sequel to last Sunday. We actually obtained it. But yeah, we got another medal now. I don't think we can do anything out of it, though. Because I would need to have 5 Nishas, and I currently have 3. Well, technically I have 6, but, you know, I have 3 spears. Because you want to have at least 3 on reserve. Because I actually have 3 right now that I can actually use. However, we need 5 before we can upgrade a mythic at a guaranteed chance. So, okay, 18 more tokens, go. 18 more Nisha tokens, we can go upgrade another mythic. I wonder what will even be meta by then. Because that's still going to take forever to go do. If we really grind to Explore 12, we get it done in a couple months. Like, we could probably get it done by the end of the year. Because this, actually, right around now, 1 year ago, sorry, 2 years ago, prior to now is when tokens first were introduced to the game. Because they came in, like, early to mid-October, and that's pretty much the time right now. So, yeah, 2 years ago, we ended up getting tokens added to the game. And between then and then, we did end up getting 3 Nishas. Between, like, this time 2 years ago and then, like, mid to late December, we ended up getting 3 Nishas. But we were really on a motivated power grind to get it done. Whereas these days, there isn't as big of an incentive. Like, yes, getting more is nice, but there isn't as big of an immediate feel. Because your first 3 Nishas are the most important, particularly the first 2. Because that's what gives you the +8 magic and the +12 magic. Once you have that, the value is quite a bit lower, since the only thing you're really doing is for a little bit extra stats on mythics. And for how long it takes and how little it gives, you don't really feel it as much compared to the magic bonus, which is a much bigger motivation. Because there's very little motivation in trying to get the mythics upgraded. Because they gain the exact same amount of stats, but have like a ridiculously higher amount of cost. Like, commons gain the exact same amount of stats as mythics do from being fully medaled. The main difference being that mythics take an absurd amount of loot, whereas commons, you know, don't. They're super easy to upgrade. But every single rarity of the same typing still gains the exact same amount of stats. So, for example, a different striker of a lower rarity would get the exact same stats that a Zugoff would for being upgraded. Which makes a lot of mythics not really that worth upgrading. In the sense that, you know, it's just so absurd to even try to attempt it. And you're still getting the same stats as any lower rarity would. Oh, I was hoping you'd let me have that. No. One can hope. You didn't let me, though. If anyone else has any other questions that you want me to go over, let me know. Because once we get this next chest, I think we might call it a wrap for tonight. And just one last reminder, don't forget to finish the campaign. Pretty sure most people did by now, though. And also don't forget, save those diamonds for a Weaver next week if you happen to be close to it. 2,000 diamonds for a Weaver next week. Really good value. It is the first time ever where a mythic is discounted, essentially. Also, it's Guild War week, which is the exact week you'd want to have a Weaver to begin with, so really convenient. Because the main purpose of Weaver is Guild Wars, both offensively and defensively. It's not the only purpose of it, however, it's probably the strongest purpose. Is how viable it is for both Guild War offense and defense. What's that lycanthropy did? Absolutely nothing to him. You did your goal, you got 301 gold medal troops. Nice! That's quite a bit. I think I'm at like 150 or so, I'm not sure the exact count. I know we did 100 obviously because of the achievement. I haven't been keeping track of the exact number right now. I think if we use all of our medals, we might be close to 200. But we're definitely nowhere near 300. I know that. I wish there was an easier way to track it in-game. They have like a sort option, but it's really hard to count it. Oh wow, we got to end with an Anu. The game knows. It always likes to end with an Anu. And once again, we got the Nisha upgraded and we got the Anu upgraded to stream. We got some really good value for the time that we did stream today. Wow. We got a whole fresh Anu medal, a whole fresh Nisha medal. Getting all the value. Pretty convenient. It's pretty cool. Actually, we're starting to get a lot of Anus laying around too. We have 13 Anu right now. Because you only have to keep one Spirit Anu. So we actually have 12 Spirit Anus right now. Which means we can actually upgrade 2 Legends to max. Technically even more, because you can use 3 Epics for the first level on Legends, which is generally advised. Oh, Tribute's ready as well. Come on, something good. We got a 30 Tribute earlier today, and now we keep getting average of 21. It was the highest Tribute I've ever seen. And the problem was it wasn't even on screen. I was taking it on the phone while we were doing, I think, the Fall Guy stream. And I got a 30 Tribute, and it wasn't even on screen because we took it on the phone. So I couldn't get a screenshot of it or anything. But it was the highest Tribute we've gotten so far. Eventually we'll see a 34. The chance of it happening is so absurdly rare though. Because literally all 34 kingdoms would have to roll their like 20-ish% or so. But anyways, guys, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Main goal of tomorrow night will be doing a lot of Tower of Doom. Of course, we don't have the normal weekly objective things because no season next week. It's the off week for it. However, we do have Guild Wars and we do have Tower of Doom. So we do have those going on. We do have a cheaper 2,000 diamond Arachne Weaver as well. So if you can end up scrapping together 2,000 diamonds next week, highly advised to go craft that. Even if you already have one, potentially get a second one just because it's so cheap, you might as well. Assuming you can afford the diamonds. Because it's half off, so if you're going to bother doing it at any point, you might as well do it while it's cheaper. And obviously if you have 0 copies, definitely highly advised to go for it. Really great mythic. It's one of the better ones in the entire game. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll have the event video up some point tomorrow, going over the cheaper Weaver, as well as a bunch of other stuff, you know, the normal things we go over throughout the week. And a bunch of teams throughout the week as well that you can just copy-paste, as well as, you know, just the usual. And we'll go from there. And anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.